Hey everyone, it's Latoya, and today we are going to talk money. I get hit with this question a lot. So I'm going to give you the lawyer answer, which is, it depends, but I'm also going to give you the basic and general answer that will help you figure it out along the way. So what's the question? The question is, how much money do I really need when I'm buying a house? Alright, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the smallest piece of the puzzle that you need, which is a home inspection. A home inspection costs anywhere between $300 to $600. Just really depends on the company you decide to go with. And a home inspection is recommended. It's highly recommended that you do one because it's designed to protect you against anything that might be wrong with the house. So you can find problems before you actually close and sign on the dotted line and be stuck with problems that can run you thousands of dollars. So get a home inspection and save yourself that headache. So everyone knows you'll need cash for the down payment, right? You knew this. And basically it's a percentage of the purchase price of the property. So for example, if the house costs $100,000 and the down payment is 20%, then you'll need to put down $20,000 on the house. However, you can have a down payment as low as 3.5%, and in that same example, for a $100,000 house, you'll only put down $3,500. Your down payment will likely vary from between 3.5% of the purchase price with a FHA-backed loan to 20%. So here's another example. For a $425,000 home, you would need to put down between $14,875 at 3.5% and $85,000 at 20%. Down payments of greater than 20% are also an option and would lead, of course, to smaller mortgage payments and most likely a lower interest rate. The next cost you will be responsible for is your homeowner's insurance. Every mortgage needs to be insured, and that can run about anywhere between $1,300 to $2,000. So it really depends on the cost and the size of your house, and that is paid up front, generally the first annual premium, either before closing or at closing, but it's something that needs to be covered before the banks even decide to give you a mortgage. So that's something you can't get around it. You just have to pay it. The next cost you'll be responsible for is your closing costs, and closing costs are generally between 2 to 5% of your purchase price. So what's included in that is your title insurance, your taxes, your loan processing fees such as the origination fee, and other fees, which I'll include a really cool link that can give you a general idea for what your closing costs could be for each state. So that's something fun to play with. Sometimes, here's some more good news for you guys, closing costs are negotiable. So you might have an eager seller that's like, I'll cover it. So it might be something you don't even actually have to worry about. But this is an FYI of things that you're probably going to be responsible for when you are preparing to buy your house. Okay, so this next one that I'm going to talk about isn't necessarily a requirement, but banks like to see it. I mean, some banks do make it a requirement, but that's not the standard. And what I'm referring to is cash reserves. The banks want to see that you have money when you're all said and done, everything is closed, that you can still continue to pay your bills, especially the mortgage. So they want to see that your savings is on the fatter side and not the lighter side. I've mentioned this in a previous video before, that they don't want to see you closing broke or become house poor, because those mean that you can't make your payments. So they want to see that you have at least 2 months. I mean, it would be ideal if you can even have 6 months to a year of cash reserves in your savings account. And let's talk moving costs. Now this is definitely going to vary from person to person, because you might decide to move everything yourself. You might have the help you need, or you might have to rent a truck, you might have to hire movers, but this is just a cost that you should consider when you are actually moving. Because moving from place to place, if you've ever done it, you know it's a daunting and tiring experience, and if you don't plan right, you can end up paying more than you ever anticipated. So make sure you plan right when you're moving and prepare for moving costs, because you might actually have to pay some. Now, I know you guys want to see this out in math, right? Alright, so I'm going to put a math example on the screen. Are you ready to do some math? Let's do some math. $100,000 times 3.5% is equal to $3,500. Closing costs. $100,000 times 2% is equal to $2,000. Home inspection, an average of $450. Home insurance, an average of $1,500. Total, $7,450. Let's not forget the cash reserves of at least 2 months of mortgage payments. The more the better, of course. Now let's try another example. Down payment, $350,000 times 3.5% is equal to $12,250. Closing costs, $350,000 times 2% is equal to $7,000. Home inspection, an average of $450. Home insurance, an average of $1,500. Total, $21,200. And again, let's not forget the cash reserves of at least 2 months of mortgage payments. The more the better, of course. Please note these numbers will vary from person to person, and my examples show the lowest amounts needed. I always err on the side of having the most amount of money available to show to your mortgage lender, because mortgage lenders like that. And I'm back. Okay guys, so the examples that I gave you are the lowest amount of money needed. As you can see, I chose the lowest end on the percentages that I've given you for an example. I don't want to mislead you. I want to encourage you and show you that it is possible, but just be aware that it could be more. So if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll try my best to answer them. I hope you have a better understanding. Thumbs up if you do have a better understanding of how much money you'll actually need when you're buying a house. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.